And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to Sisters United. We are back. And today our topic is our 5 tips for an abundant mindset. And I'm just so excited. But before we get into that, into our amazing topic, and thank you for those of you that were waiting. We had a little bit of tech difficulties, but we are all here. Those of you that might be watching this in the replay, feel as if our energy is we're here with you right here, right now. Okay, because in reality we all are. There is no time and space, not really. Energetically we're all together, and so feel free as we're talking and doing things to comment in the chat. Comment in the chat, and those of you that are live, comment in the chat. We'll be looking and seeing, but feel free to comment in the chat, and we will be going through and going back and actually commenting, connecting with you. So you really are connected to us, because we're on different time zones all over the world. So I'm going to quickly introduce everybody on our panel, and then we're going to dive into our topic. I'm going to start first. I'm right here. I'm Valerie Jampolsky, Abundance Mom Freedompreneur, and I'm just super excited to be here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a single mom. I've got twin boys, twin little guys, and I feel so blessed that I can be here and live this life, that I can just do this on my own time and travel and be able to connect with all these wonderful people from all over the planet. Oh my goodness, we get to see everybody here. We've got literally people from, on all sides of the world here right now. So very excited. Without any further ado, I'm just gonna go really across the panel, everybody that I see here, left to right. So I'm actually going to start out with my wonderful co-founder of Sisters United, Sarita. Come on out, babe.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, and I'm just pumped because we've got New Zealand present, LA, right? Yeah. Present, Perth, another Perthy, Sam, I don't know if you, or Perthling, I don't know what we're going to call ourselves. I love that. And Debbie in Sydney, is that right?
Melbourne.
So, Melbourne, sorry. On the other side of Australia. We're in Western Australia, Sam and I, and yeah, Debbie's in Melbourne. I lived in Melbourne too. It's a pretty awesome city. So I'm just really pumped. We're having a fantastic topic today. The 5 top tips from us each for an abundance mindset. I'm really excited. I think we could talk about this for hours, but I'm just really excited. Anyone listening in, just so you guys know a little bit of my background, I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 little ones. I've got a 4-year-old and a soon-to-be 6-year-old, and a boy and a girl, and I just love being a mom. And I started working online because I wanted to be home with my kids pretty much, and I've been working online about 2.5 years now, and I've actually never been successful, but I've been successful online, and I've made commissions up to date about $270,000 US, which is amazing and mind-boggling to me that I was able to achieve that. That's not typical, but it's just I'm not sharing that to brag. I'm just saying it's possible to earn an amazing income, or even just to pay your bills online. It is truly possible. I had no experience. And yeah, we ladies get together here on the Sisters United Hangout just to inspire you, to uplift you, and to show you what's possible when you connect with other powerful women around the globe. And we're all here on the same mission we have a very similar vision of freedom, be to be home with our kids. I think we're all mums here. Yes, we're all mums here, right? Because Joe's got a girl, and Debbie's got a few boys, right? A few boys, and Belle's got 2 twin boys. Is that right, Debbie? You got. I know you have a teenage boy.
Yeah, I've got 2 teenage boys.
And then
Sarita, did Sarita freeze for you? Debbie, Sam, Joanne, did Sarita freeze on the camera?
Yeah.
She froze?
Yes.
Okay, she'll come back. Yeah. She'll come back, but I'm going to pass it on over to you. When she unfreezes, we'll go right back to her, okay? All right, cool. So I know she was having some internet connectivity issues, and that's one of the reasons we were in a little bit delay mode here today. She's like, okay, so Debbie, I've got you up. Come on up, and then when Sarita unfreezes, we'll bring her back.
Well, my name is Debbie Jane, and as Sarita said, I live in Melbourne, Australia. I'm originally from New Zealand, which is where Joe is from. And I am, just a bit of background about me. I'm a single mum with 2 teenage boys, and I am a nurse by trade. And what really to look at the online world was that I was definitely working harder and not smarter, and spending way too much time away from my family, and living paycheck to paycheck just was never the life that I saw for myself and my boys in the future. So I found the right opportunity, and I partnered with the right people, and I really believe that it's a great topic today with the manifesting thing, because I really believe that I have manifested just the most amazing people into my life that have really, in so many different areas of my life, achieved huge goals, personal goals, and financial goals. And I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah, and I'm so thrilled to have you here too. Sarita, looks like you've unfrozen, so I'm going to bring you back out. We cut you off.
Yeah.
You got cut off mid-sentence.
I had to hotspot it again. Hotspotting. For the spotty internet connection. So I don't know where I was. What did I say? And then I was just like talking, and you guys totally froze. I'm like, how long have I actually been talking? What did I say last?
You were just at that point. You were asking Debbie if she had met her teenage boys.
Oh, good. So I had almost introduced myself. Yeah. So I was just saying, yeah, we're all mums here, but Sisters United is for mums and non-mums, and it's also for the guys. If you guys watching, you're more welcome to watch. And yeah, I'm just really pumped about our topic tonight, abundance mindset. And did I say my story?
A little bit. Yeah. You were talking about. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So pretty much that's pretty much it. And I just was going to pass the baton to Samantha.
Or actually, let's bring it over to Joe, because what time is it? Joe. Yeah, Joe. What time of day is it for you? You were on camera a second ago. Now we don't have you on camera right now, but can you hear us, Joe?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why it's not working. Hold on. Oh, sorry. It's working now. Can you see me?
There you are.
Sorry. It's probably.
Tell everybody what time it is for you there. You're at New Zealand.
It's probably, to be honest, it's probably about 3:10, I think now, and 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. So
wonderful hanging in there with us with our tech issues.
It's okay. Yeah. So I'm Joe. I'm from New Zealand. I'm a stay-at-home mum. I have a 14-year-old daughter. I'm a health professional by trade as well, but I got out of the industry basically because I wanted to be at home and stop commuting. And yeah, it's been a fantastic journey, meeting lots of people online, and yeah, just the growth, personal growth and everything has been fantastic. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you're here. It's just like so amazing that you're here with us. And last but not least, Samantha, you're up.
Hi there, I'm Samantha. I'm from Perth, like Sarita. I'm a mother of 3, a girl nearly 10. Oh, actually, my 3 kids are actually birthdays this month, so they're all September babies, so she's 10. My middle child's 8, and the last one's 4. Basically came from the corporate world, retired from the corporate world last year, and got onto the online world by default. I was actually looking for a blog page, and yes, and somehow stumbled upon a few webinars, a few trainings, and haven't looked back. It's been the best journey in regards to personal development and being able to spend time and quality time at home with my family, and having the work on the side when I want and where I want. And this business has actually allowed me to travel to events and meet beautiful people, and I've been very grateful for this journey so far.
Oh,
so that's me.
Wonderful. It's wonderful to have you here, Sam. It's like, you're amazing. So, Sarita, I know you came up with a little bit on this topic. Did you want to start in on the topic?
Okay. I actually wrote some notes on a very cool painting, drawing of the dog.
I love it.
I'm sitting actually at this art table. It's just full of like drawings of my daughter. I love it. So I can just keep on rambling, but the abundance mindset it's what I live and breathe. It's actually been part of my vision, abundance for life, because I believe we're all, it's actually our birthright. Abundance is our birthright. And my vision is to bring abundance in all areas of lives to not only myself, but to inspire others for them to have that too. And I've kind of been digging into self-development since I was 16. I've learned a lot, and I really just love it because it helps me so much. And I just want to share maybe a couple of things that I do every day, and I do believe that has why I have been successful online, because mindset is truly, I would say, 80 to 90% at least, because I don't have a university degree. Before I even started working online, I hadn't worked for 3.5 years, and before that I was I never had like I would say like a career job. I worked in admin. I worked in childcare. It was never something highly where I had to be very qualified, but I just was always really passionate about being a mom, And so when I started online, I think the reason I did have that success so quickly was because I always had done self-development, which is something that we do within our what we do in our business. We encourage people to do that, and now I've learned maybe that's the reason I've been doing well, because I have that mindset. I just do it. I've been doing it since I was 16. So, for example, every day what I do, I sleep with self-development audio. There's lots of stuff that you can even find for free on YouTube, which I often do. I just go with my gut. I'm a very heart-based person. I really trust my instincts. I really trust my gut. And I really trust my heart, and I try to listen to my heart. And whatever I feel like listening to, I listen to. And I listen to it all night. I actually can't sleep without it. And so it goes not only into my conscious mind, but also into my subconscious mind, which is actually really, really, really powerful. And you can never say you don't have not time for it, because you sleep every day, maybe 6 hours, maybe 8 hours, maybe 4 hours. But in that time, I get my self-development in, and I just love it because I wake up refreshed, and I know I've had my brain with good stuff that actually revise my brain to be, to achieve my outcomes, to be positive, be excited when I get up, and I just love it. So that's one thing I do every day. Then I'm very much into music. I love, having good, high energy, high vibrational energy music on all the time with my kids, and we sing every day, and anything that actually makes you feel good. So that the better you feel, the more goodness you will just attract into your life, and that's just part of the law of attraction. You guys know aesthetics, Abraham Hicks, the book Ask and it's Given. The better you feel, the better things will attract to you. You just got to raise your vibes all the time. So pretty much what I'm talking about with abundance mindset is all about raising your vibration. So that's also high vibrational food, high vibrational people, high vibrational music. I don't watch TV. I don't watch news. I don't read gossip magazines. I have no interest in that because I know it will lower my vibration and it doesn't make me feel good. So I just tune into anything that makes me feel good. I use even essential oils. I eat as clean as I can. And I surround myself with high vibrational people like these beautiful ladies from all around the globe. And I think that's extremely important, to be really selective who you surround yourself with. And, if you have people in your life that you can't cut out or you don't want to cut out because they're maybe your family, maybe if they don't help your outcome, you might have to just learn to have some healthy boundaries in place. And it is not being selfish. It's actually like part of my mission is to serve others, and I can only serve the world and serve others and inspire others if I'm filling my own cup every day. And I've got to fill my own cup by being around positive people. And if there's people that drain me, I just can't. I just have to put my healthy boundary up. So that's really important. Let me just see what else I wrote. I think what's really, really important, what I realize more and more, is forgiveness. You know, I think I don't really hold grudges, but I think, you know, it's very easy not to forgive people, especially when they've done certain things that have really hurt you. However, if you don't forgive yourself or forgive others, it really lowers your vibration. So I've learned to really watch my emotions and anything that's going on in my life, and let go and clear out any emotions that are negative. Because I know if I don't, it lowers my vibration, see? And if I have a low vibration, I want to attract balance to me. So I'm really, my intention every day is to live from my heart and to forgive others, because nobody's perfect. That doesn't mean you have to surround yourself with people who keep doing bad things to you. You just put that healthy boundary up, but you know, you forgive them because they do not know what they do. It's most likely they don't. And also forgive yourself, you know. And when you do that, you clear all that heavy energy from your heart, and when you then are really in your heart, you feel really good. And then once again, you're going to attract awesome things. So it's a really, really powerful thing, and it's not easy. You know, it's easy to say, oh, it's easy, I forgive, but you know, there's so many times I thought I've forgiven people, and then something happens and I get triggered, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I've really forgiven that person. Now I'm just a human being, and I've got an ego, and so I'm constantly monitoring my thoughts and really live from my heart and make my mind my servant, because I know that if I'm too much in my head, I kind of, it locks up my heart. And I just want to say it's 11:11 p.m. here, which is always right? And 11:11, for those people that don't know, means a lot to me and a lot of people out there. And it's definitely abundance magic number to me. So thank you, angels. That was a sign. That's like a little love note from the universe that I'm on the right track. Because like I still doubt myself sometimes, especially like on webinars and hangouts. I still get it. And that was just a reminder that I'm not rambling and I'm still giving value.
I hope everybody's taking notes.
But you know, like that is just, it's just so funny. I think, one more thing. You know, we all go through ups and downs in life, and I'm just going to share just a little bit of, I have actually gone through a breakup about a year and a half ago of a relationship. We were together for 8 years, and that was really, really hard for me, because also we had kids together, and it was not something I expected to happen. But what has really helped me to get through this and come out good on the other side is just having faith that everything is always working for me, that life is working for me. And I've learned to really trust everything that's happening in my life and see that actually everything happens for my highest good. Even though I might not understand it at all in that moment, and having that faith and having that trust, and you know, I feel very connected to some higher power, knowing that everything is truly in order. I'm just a human being, and I only see a little bit, but I know that in a few years down the track, even with other things that have happened, I always understood it was actually a blessing. It made me the person I am today. And when you live from that place of trust in life and faith, you start feeling really good, even when things are crazy around you or things happen. It's really weird. I started to feel really at peace. Even when crazy things are happening, I'm actually feeling everything's going to be okay. And it's just such a beautiful feeling when you come to that place, like walking in faith and really trusting in life. Because even when, I've seen a lot of interviews of people, and people, they all say, the one thing that they kind of regret that they should have maybe told their younger self, for example, was to just relax and that all will work out. And I'm trying to remind myself every day when I have a moment of doubt or desperation or something crazy is happening, that will all work out, and then it just feels really good. And so clearing out my emotions, focusing on just keeping my vibes high really helps, I think, attracting beautiful things, beautiful people into your life, and it just makes you feel good. And also by being a mom, I need to really monitor my vibes, because my vibes, my kids feel it. For anyone who has kids, they know your kids just pick up your vibes. They're like sponges. So it's not only my duty to myself and the people I serve, it's also the duty as a mom to really keep my vibes high. And your kids know if you don't feel good, and usually they act out. So it's a very good indication. So yeah, but there's all these tools. I could be rambling on because it's one of my favorite topics, because I live and breathe it every day. And if I wouldn't do all these things every day, I wouldn't for sure feel the way I do, and I wouldn't be in my business where, I would have never had the success. It's truly daily, consistent awareness. I think this is like consciously living, not just doing what everyone else does, putting on the news in the morning or reading the newspaper. I'm actually doing everything very, very consciously, because I know that every moment I live consciously, and I really focus on higher vibrations, I will bring those vibrations into my life. And I know that I'm very powerful, and I know that everybody out there, you watching, you're very powerful. So try that. Try it for a month. Try it out and see how you feel.
I love it. I love it, Sarita. And and I know you've got so many tips that you can share on all this. It's amazing. You live and breathe the energy of it. You really live and breathe this. And I know that everything that happens in your life, you utilize this in a very powerful way. And one thing that's really cool is that you take this energy in this space and then you share it in what you do. Because of what you're doing, it actually gives you a lot of what we have in what we do. It feeds it so that you can actually not only just consistently day by day live it, but then you share it in the world, right? And that's what we do. We share our energy and our space in the world and make, create that powerful effect how we can really help people. So those of you that have that vision and that mission as well, like us, if you really want to make a difference, it starts here. That's why it's so amazing listening to you and everything you do. It's just
exactly. I think, this was like, I usually don't talk that long. I could just ramble on, because that is one of my passions. This topic is actually my passions. And you can monetize your passions. I mean, if you're, you're passionate about horses, or you're passionate about whatever you're passionate about, you can make this business work. I'm just passionate about, I guess, the abundance mindset. So I could just ramble on all night.
That's cool. I'm going to pass it on over to, and everybody hope you took notes. I'm going to pass it on over to Debbie Jane. Debbie Jane, what are you?
Hey.
What are your tips?
Well, this topic is very, very dear to my heart, and just like what Sarita was saying about just helping overcome challenges in life. I too had a relationship. I was married for 15 years, and suddenly my marriage ended last year, and that it was a surprise, and it was just a really challenging time, for myself and my boys. And had I not known about the power of our mind and the way that we think and perceive the world, and the way that I can really, move forward with my life despite these sort of little hurdles and be better for them for coming through the other side, so the abundance thing for me was, in fact, my free to be me came from that moment. It was about 6 weeks after my marriage had ended, and I remember standing outside in the moonlight, and I looked up at the sky, and I just spoke out to the universe, and I said, I am free to be me. And that is where I didn't realize I had really gotten so sort of, just sort of caught up in life and the busyness of life and all those things. And finally, I just came to a realization that I can have anything I want in my life. I can achieve any goals that I have. I really just need to believe in myself and then use some real skills to get me to that place, which is when I started the manifesting abundance kind of journey, that's when I really seriously looked at it. And I had to start, my very first thing was I started with gratitude. That was my number one, because life at that moment was actually pretty overwhelming, and it was, I was probably at an all-time low, to be honest. And it's really difficult when you're in those moments to think of things to be grateful for, when everything seems to have fallen apart around you, and then you see it impacting your kids and what have you. And I thought, right, I am not going to let this beat me. I'm going to, and I had to start from being grateful for the bed that I had to sleep in, the hot shower that I had in the morning, the food on my table. I started from the ground up with the gratitude thing, because and then as I practiced that each day, just that one thing, I started to see that I actually had so many things to be grateful for, so many things, that it really put things into perspective, and it really helped to build my self-belief. And so the gratitude thing is huge, and I still do that to this very day, despite challenges that you have in your life. I'm always super grateful for just being me, and being here and being able to fulfill my passion and purpose in life, which is to teach other people that they too can overcome things, and they too can manifest the life that they really, really desire. And I think faith is another big one. Faith that everything is going to be okay. And as we take these steps toward feeding our minds positively, I always listen to personal development when I go to sleep. I've done that for years, and I too can't go to sleep without, I have to have it. I can't go to sleep if I'm not playing it. And I listen to I don't watch television. My boys don't watch television either. And I've explained to them, I just think I like to, to think that I'm the example. I don't want them sort of living in a fear mentality, and I want them to know that I can be, and I'm the example to them. And even when you feel like life's busy and you're charging around and lots of things are going on, every now and again they come to you and they say something that you just know that they're getting it, by something that they say, because you're the example to them. So that's a big one for me. So feeding the mind is super, super important. And visualization is another big one. And just, imagining your life and feeling the feeling of having already achieved it. This was for me to really grasp at the beginning. When I first started doing it, I had to really sort of, and I think that was coming from maybe my lack of belief, and I had to sort of drop all of that, all the preconceived ideas, all the things society tells you that it's never going to happen, and it's and I had to let all of that go and just believe that everything is going to be okay. And so now I take massive risks on a grand scale in my life to achieve, to head down the direction and follow my path. And it's not everyone's path, but no one else is walking in my shoes. So I I find that the faith that comes along with this knowing, I very much believe in the angels and the protection that we get from, you know, from a higher power, and that and when you begin to, you know, follow the right path, everything starts to work out for you. I had a very I've got some challenging things going on in my life right now with my eldest son, and it is I've talked to him actually about me sharing some of these things with everybody, because it's quite, I'm usually a very private person, but he'd actually come a bit unstuck in the drug scene, and it's brought a lot of darkness around him and around his life, and as a mother it's heartbreaking. And all I want for him is abundance. You know, I want him to be happy and have an abundant life and be thriving and achieving his goals. And I could see him, you know, going down a very dark road. And so I actually came sort of down to let everything go, and I cried out to the universe and I said, what do I need to do? Like, show me the way, show me what I need to do. I need to do something, you know. And so just after that total dropping of all ego and surrendering and being grateful for, you know, what I have, and really believing that everything was going to be okay, things started to reveal themselves to me through that process. I got calls from financial institutions that I hadn't been with for ages, telling me that I had money that they'd had it, you know, and they wanted to bank into my account. And I was like, oh my God, okay. And then there was this desire and drawing to move to the coast, and to move to the east coast of Australia. So I put that to my son, and it was very scary. I thought he could either say, yes, I'll come with you, or no, I won't. And he's decided to come with me. So we are now in a total manifestation mode through this process. I don't know how, or I don't know the outcome. All I know is that it's going to be amazing, and that I'm just following step by step, and it's being revealed to me each day. And each day I practice these things, you know, of gratitude and the belief, the faith, and the knowing, and just feeding my mind positively, and the personal development each day, visualizing the end, you know, visualizing our magical life, you know. It is happening before my eyes. Every day I get confirmation in some way or form. I read something, or somebody says something to me, or somebody connects with me on Facebook, or these things, these signs just keep coming over and over again. And it's just the most incredible, powerful. In fact, actually, there was one other fifth thing that I do now that I never used to do, is I've started really writing things down and being super specific, because I never used to really do that. And now I'm doing that, and I'm journaling it more and more, and I'm, you know, writing it down and getting really super clear on exactly what I want to achieve, and what I want to manifest, and the abundance and the positive impact that that'll have on the world, and that my story is just going to be so super powerful. And so is my son's, actually, and my youngest son. You know, we're on a mission. We're on a journey together, and we are and I think we're going to change the world. I can just feel it. But I just think it's just that manifesting abundance is real. It's absolutely 100% real. And it's incredible. Yeah. So thank you.
I love it, Debbie. Thank you so much. Your story is so powerful. So many of y'all have those powerful stories. I never knew that. It's just that's very, very powerful. Love it. I want to pass over to Joe, who's been patiently. It's so late for you, and bring you out. I'd love to hear all of.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Yes, well, my sort of self-discovery once again was a relationship breakup as well. Funnily enough, my marriage broke up after 20 years, well, it was about 8 years ago. So that was a very tough time. My daughter was only 6 at the time. Yeah, it was pretty hard in those first few years because, you know, you're changing your lifestyle and everything, and my circumstances anyway. But however, you move on. So, but probably about 4 years ago, I went to a life coach, and that's where I started learning all sorts of things about abundance and yeah, because I actually didn't know a lot about it, to be honest, at that stage. And so from there, and then getting into this industry online, it's just, I can't get enough of it now. So I guess my daily schedule is I'm a listener to personal development every night. I'm the same. It must be a thing that happens because I just can't go to sleep without it either. And then so I do that, and I'm just thinking about my daily ritual so I can think about what I actually do. At the moment, I get up in the mornings, obviously, but what I also do is, because sometimes, you know, when I get up in the morning, I have to kind of get out of the house just for an hour, go and drop my daughter off, but I'll take my dog for a walk, and I'll take my iPhone and listen. I've got a specific, I listen to Robin Sharma in the morning. It just changes my mindset completely. So I listen to him walking around the lake for 2Ks. So I've got that's done. And then I sit by the lake for about 5 minutes and do just a grounding and meditation. But I guess the biggest things, like Debbie said, I have started practicing gratitude because, I mean, it's a game changer. You know, when you're having those days when you're really feeling like life isn't going your way or things are falling apart, as you look around and think, well, yes, you know, I've got a home, I've got a roof over my head, I've got electricity, I've got food, you know, and you actually showing gratitude changes things. That is a game changer. I've got a little bit of a list here too, so I have to look slightly different here. And I get the other thing that I've started doing, and I mean, it's amazing how it changes once you set your mindset, is seeing the opportunity, and you know, when things go wrong, is seeing the opportunity. I mean, I've been applying for little bits and pieces around happening here, and things don't go right, and you know, I might be financially looking for a loan or something, and then something else, as Debbie would say, will just pop up. Or if something goes wrong, I think, okay, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. And so I'm just learning to trust the process instead of sort of, you know, in the old days, probably when my marriage broke up, I would probably have a little bit of a meltdown, to be fair, you know, and throw my toys around. But now I just think, okay, this is not supposed to happen. Trust in the process, because this is a sign that something better is coming. So that's a big one for me. There's little things for me, like, and this is a big thing that I think about often when I'm in the super, is about paying it forward. And when I'm in the supermarket, and it's something I listen to every morning as well, is really watch my language, so that I can have a good effect on people, and you know, raise my vibration and raise their vibration. And it's just the simple stuff like being in the supermarket, you know, or I'm normally filling up petrol and saying hi, have a good day, because I mean, I know you just don't know what else is going on in people's lives, and that raises my vibration and it raises their vibration. You probably know yourself, if you're having a terrible day and someone says something really nice to you, it can really change the outcome for the rest of the day. So I'm really big on that. And having been a health professional, probably like Debbie, you kind of, you know, you pick up on those things a lot when you're around people all the time as well. So yeah, that's a big thing that I'm into. So I'm just looking here because it's slightly dark. Goodness me, I can't see in the dark. I wrote these things down here. I can't think now, but yeah, anyway, that's what I do. And I mean, I do practice visualization. I remember when I studied, I became interested in visualization. I actually didn't know anything about it then, but I did a few papers on sports psychology for elite athletes when I did some sports science. And you know, that to me, I mean, that's what they do, is they visualize themselves winning the gold medal, or winning the rugby, or winning something. And so, you know, there's obviously, because I've got quite a scientific mind, so there's obviously a science behind it. So I figure, you know, that they do a lot of that. So, and I can see the benefit of doing that myself. So I'm I mean, it would be little things like I remember listening to a podcast. It probably was Robin Sharma again because I seem to really like him. Is when you're things like even driving down the road and you're going to be looking for a park, so it's visualizing, yes, there's going to be a park there, and gosh, you drive up there and next minute there is one. And like Deb said, all of a sudden there's all these little things that start happening when you start kind of getting in the flow. So yeah, I mean, my life's changed quite considerably really when I think about it, for the better in that respect, in the last 3 or 4 years really, and a lot of it's been because I've been learning this online through the business that I'm involved in online, and also the other thing is surrounding yourself with people that have the same or high energy level. I mean, I know that I had to be in a situation recently where somebody, and I mean, I'm not being judgmental at all, but they were pretty low vibration, and I said to a friend of mine, I said, gosh, I could really feel it for the next few days, because once you sort of get in that high frequency, you really notice it when you go down. It's not that I didn't want to help her at all, but it's just something that I was really aware of. So I'm really conscious of, when you get off these calls, or if you're on another webinar. I mean, I'm normally buzzing, so they say that you become the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So I don't know if that's actually accurate or not, but I mean, I can see how it lifts you. So yeah, I think, and I'm just thinking what else I do during the day. I mean, I'm trying to implement a lot of this stuff with my daughter as well. She's 14. I wish that I'd known a lot of this sort of stuff when I was at school and probably a teenager in my 20s, but for some reason I must have missed the boat. We weren't targeted for that, so I'm not sure why that was, but that doesn't matter. But I just think that, and just my mindset completely on if I have a negative thought, I think this is, I'll do this thought stopping. I'll think, stop that negative thought, stop, and then, it's not all happy, but it's just training your brain to stop and think with an abundance mindset, basically, and changing your energy. And the other thing I do, because I actually did this before I got on here tonight, just because I was a little bit tired and just got up, is doing the poses. I think you guys might have done them on one of the one of the meetups overseas, but where you do different poses like the Superman pose and the strongman pose, and you hold it for 2 minutes, and you put your chin up, and that changes your vibration as well. So I've done that when I've been in for small job interviews as well. And the silly thing is I actually do it in front of the mirror, and then you start laughing, so that changes your vibration quite quickly. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much me really. But yeah, my biggest thing at the moment, I mean, apart from the gratitude, is it's just such a difference is when you can, they call it the good news greeting. No matter even if you're feeling like not feeling great, as soon as you say something, hey, how are you? Have a fantastic day in the garage, you'll just notice that it just lifts your vibration as well as the others. So that's something I really focus on at the moment. I mean, it's only little, but I mean, other than doing all the other stuff. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's me, I think.
I love that, Jo. I love that, and I love the poses. I see you doing those poses. We're laughing because we've done this in community and events and stuff. There's so much powerful with a lot of what we do. There's so much personal development involved in what we do, and so this is why we're all laughing, because we've done it together. We've done those physical things. Kind of fun. So, and thank you so much for being up. Late, early. Either direction you want to look at it. And it's funny, you see, it's actually late.
Yeah, Jo is committed. What time is it in New Zealand? It's like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It must be nearly 4 o'clock, I think.
Well,
it's early now.
Holy moly, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm gonna pass it on over to Sam. Samantha.
Hello. Okay, my 5 abundance tips, I guess, is most of the girls have actually covered it, so I'll put it in a different terms or make it a lot shorter, but generally speaking is one biggest one that I have is being grateful for everything that is around me. And first thing in the morning, waking up, is looking at looking at 3 to 5 things and being grateful, and that actually changes my vibrations first thing in the morning, especially if I've had a bad night where maybe my baby's woken up or I've slept funny or I've had a really late night and had to wake up very early. That just shifts, makes my mindset shift. Just being constantly grateful and practicing that every single day throughout the whole day, that actually changes things. And I also do have a gratitude journal where I actually journal things down, and that is also a very good place where if I am having a down day, I actually refer to it to show the appreciation, the gratification that I actually have in there. Being clear on what I want, being clear, focusing on the positives and setting reasonable goals. I find that goes a long way for me. Having small goals, not having pie in the sky goals saying I want to get rich, I want to win lotto, but having just small goals and being clear on that and focusing on those and not digressing, I guess. And that motivates me because I get excited when I've had those goals and I can constantly referring back to it. That does help with my mindset. Having an open mind, I guess that's one thing that I have struggled with in the past, because in the past I used to see the negative before I used to see the positive, and over this past year I've actually been recognizing more the positives in everything rather than the negatives. And every negative situation now, I actually look for the positives. I always constantly say, okay, if I'm put into a negative situation, how do I learn from it? What opportunities are there for me to actually gain more experience from it? And taking responsibility in that situation of where I actually am. Why is this negative situation happened? And what role did I play in that, and taking that responsibility and ownership in it, and really learning from that experiencing, because you grow as a person and you'll find that you inside you feel a lot more at peace. The fourth one I would actually put is I can constantly showing appreciation throughout the day. I mean, it's very similar to gratification, but writing down things. Simply when someone does something, a gesture, and really appreciating them, or even going to someone that you know and they don't look like they're happy, giving them a big hug. I mean, that little bit of appreciation goes a long way. I mean, I think Joe touched on it, and I just find that really shifts my vibration and also the person across from me. And I know it also works when you're dealing with a nasty person and you are showing the most kindness, appreciating them and being so nice to them. That actually changes a nasty person or a mean person to them feeling that they can't be nasty to you. I find that works. And the last one is I have to constantly remind myself that there is more than enough in this world. I refer to Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that in this world, yes, there's plenty to go around, and we can ask for what we want, and not feel that we don't deserve it. I find that would actually be helpful. And to top it off, I would actually say never compare yourself with others, because your situation and someone else's situation is completely different. And when you compare, that's where negativity comes in. So, yeah. That's where I leave my 5 effective tips.
Thank you, Sam.
I love you. So meeting myself. I love it. Thank you so much, Sam. And it leads into some of the stuff I was going to talk about. So much has been said. So I'm going to be coming a little bit from a different angle as well, and just feeding off of everything that everybody has said here. And it's kind of a philosophical perspective. I'm just pulling up my notes here. And for a lot of those of you that follow me or know me know that I love Michael Bernard Beckwith from Agape, and I do the same thing. I listen to mindset. I'll wake up first thing in the morning, and I love going to bed with it. But I make a point of waking up first thing in the morning with it, because I had a history of so much negativity that I lived in my space. This is a black belt in it. So for me, it's waking up and shifting in the morning. So I will listen to something really powerful first thing in the morning. One of the shifts that I want to talk about is it's having an awareness that And I didn't have, it's just, I'm kind of a different situation. I actually had my kids on my own. I did this on my own. So I don't have relationships from that in the past, but I had to deal with doing things on my own as a single mom from the very beginning with twins. And I had a lot of things. I made the determination to be home with them. I used to be an attorney, and I said, you know what? I'm never going to see them. I need to be home with them, and I want to do something that really feeds my soul. And until I found what it is that we do here, I lost everything. And so I've manifested from being in the United States on government assistance on welfare, and I've manifested from nothing. I mean, I put into place when I hit that rock bottom, I put into place some things that I was actually able to manifest a little over. I think when I did it, I set an intention for $7,000, and I manifested it within 3 days. You can manifest really quickly, but that more than anything is an adjustment of an awareness that we're always, we actually are abundance, and it's always being given. It's kind of a moment by moment shift. And all these tools and everything that you've heard here are amazing to help, to help, like as Sarita said, raise your vibration, keep your vibration high. And I'm just going to add a sort of like a philosophical thing on it, and an awareness, and maybe 1 or 2 tools to add into the mix with this. And that is the awareness that we are, like as we said, we're human beings. We are spiritual beings having a human incarnation. And in these bodies, we can sometimes forget who and what we really are. And we have absolute abundance at all times. It's actually all there. There's Isabel Bethwick tells a story of a woman that was said, and she had this inner voice going, what is it that you need now? And she had said, I have this list. I need all these things because I've got my kids, and I need to pay the bills, and I got to do this, and I want that for my kids, and I want this and this and this and this and this. And then this voice pops up and says, well, what do you need now? And she's like, okay, well, maybe I need to add things to the list. So she starts adding all these different things to the list of all the things that she would really love in her life that she wants, right? And the voice comes up and says, well, what do you need now? And she started asking her, well, you need this now? Like right now? And what came up inside of her was, I'm good. And it's kind of like what Sarita and some of the other panelists we've all been saying here, that everything is actually working in our favor all the time. And we have this abundance that is always being given all the time. The only difference is we might have like a block on it, or like another example is given. It's like if you go out in the rain, even though the abundance is like raining down, if you stick a bucket over your head, it's not going to touch. It's not going to flow over you, right? So we have like these metaphorical buckets that we've allowed ourselves to buy into that stops it. And the first step, and one of the first steps, is just having this awareness that whether you believe in God, spirit, the universe, love, essence, the universe, whatever you want to call it, higher power, it's infinite, and the universe is infinite, and we are always being given. We have these blessings, and literally moment by moment in our breath, we can choose in a moment to slow down and take a breath in, and it's like you're breathing in the blessing. You're breathing of the awareness of what is always being given. Like every moment can be that. And the one other tip, another very powerful thing, everybody's talking about gratitude. And I'm going to put it into a slightly different terminology because people hear things in a different way. That's why there's 5 of us. We all have a unique way of expressing ourselves. We all have our unique gifts to share in the world. So somebody watching this might pick up something from Sarita or from Debbie or from Joe or from Sam or from me. So I'm going to put it in a slightly different perspective for those that to pick it up, and it might all get pieced together, is the concept of wonder and making the decision to always look for wonder. Maybe first thing in the morning especially. Right? And it could be the simplest of things. You can look out the window and see, I've got this beautiful tree right outside my window, or a flower, or looking at a child sleeping, or smile, or laugh, or something, anything, always looking for that wonder. And if you make the intention that you're going to look for the wonder moment by moment, you will start to see, you can see it in a blade of grass coming up through the concrete. I mean, seriously, I remember as a child walking and just living in the wonder of the moment of just looking at everything around us and just allowing yourself that moments. And the more you do it, the more you will see to see and wonder. Even things that might not even seem wonder, you can be like stuck in traffic, right? And it's like, look at all these beings. There's all these wonderful beings in the world here. They're all going to go do something wonderful. Or like you see the light changes from green to red and go, wow, we have electricity. And it changes those lights. It keeps us safe on the roads, and we can go around and do. I was just explaining to the kids, like one of them started asking me, going, Mommy, 200 years ago was like, were there cars, was there computers, was there this? And it's like, no, we didn't have electricity. We have all these different things. There's so much wonder in the world that little possible naked cooler. No, okay, all right. just saying, sweetie, I'm on camera right now, baby, okay? So, here, just a sec. I'll get this for you, 1 sec. Yeah, I know, baby. Hang on 1 sec. It's your turn, sweet. There you go. So, but it's having that moment. My kids don't like to run around naked, so I was just say naked kid learn good and keep the space available here so they can't come in. Is to have that moment by moment awareness and allowing yourself that moment by moment wonder. And when those thoughts that can come in, because a lot of us around us have been raised with, so many people around us have bought into, the fear and the doubt and the worry about everything. You think that's real. But the reality is we have all this abundance, and when you can allow yourself to open up moment by moment as much as you can, the moments will expand. You raise your vibration, like Sarita was talking about. And in that moment, you actually allow yourself to be open to wisdom and opportunity, and in the moment of things to do and things that could be right under your nose that you can take advantage of or take action on in the moment. And it could be the simplest thing of Joe seeing an opportunity to say, hey, have a wonderful day, to something like, for me, when I did it, that's how I came across this business. It was like I was open, and then there it was right under my nose. Or in the moment, for those of you that are involved in what we do, to have the inspiration, like Sarita has inspired moments. All of us, we all have these inspired moments of, what am I going to share? I want to share right now with people, right? It opens you up to the moment-by-moment wisdom of what to do. Even like us here today, we had a tech issue. We had a serious tech issue. Google Hangouts changed, right? And so we're like, okay, I can't figure out how the heck to get the place to get these guys in, right? And I could have started to temporarily, I was like, okay, I can't figure this out. So let me Google it, let me YouTube, let me do all these different things. And then we said, reach out for help. Just reach out and ask. And we found someone that we know in our community that's been using this recently, because it changed in between the last time that we had our hangout. And then I got the information. I got the information that I needed. I kept moment by just okay, what do I do now? In the moment, what is it that I need? Okay, let me reach in and this is just a practical example of what I did in a situation where things were kind of going haywire. And I grounded myself. I said, okay, this is what I need to do. And we found it. We figured out a way. And you know what? Knowing that everything is working and it's right in the right way. The people that are watching this are going to be watching this at the time that is best. So for you that's watching this right now, it's the best time for you to be watching this. And the messages that you're hearing from us, it's the best time for you to be hearing it, right? There's somebody watching this that needed to hear in the timing and in the way that would not have happened had everything not happened in the way that it did. And you just don't know. Right? So even when things seem to be going goofy, if you trust, like Sarita and like everybody's been talking about here, and ground yourself in the moment, the more you'll have more moments, and you'll be more and more open and available to the wisdom of inspired action, and for things to just come to you, like money, bank account. I mean, just the stuff happens. things happen. And so I want to just, we've been on for a while and it's late for so many of you that are watching. I wanted to thank you all for coming, and please comment. I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments and below. Have any tips that we've said that really resonated with you, or any of your own tips if you want to share them in the comments here as well. And there's a link below for those of you that have not already connected with our community. I think it says, it's green, it says learn more. You want to connect in and find what it is that we're doing, that we can actually live our lives doing this and talk. This is what we do. You know, and you know, I get to go off and be with my kids and do whatever I want to do, and this is all running, you know, everything running in our online thing running in the background for us. But how we can help each other to inspire to live your life with abundance now, and to really be able to make a difference in other people's lives. And we're just so thrilled that you're here. Stay tuned. We're going to be coming back.
Val, I want to.
Yeah.
But one thing I think that's really important, because I think we'll all get really busy. You know, any mums watching, we all got 1,000 things that we need to get done all the time, and the list never ends. One thing that's really helped me is because I forget doing certain things, and for example, I have certain manifestos, outcome statements, things that I want to achieve, and affirmation kind of prayers that I do every day, a few times a day. But the only reason I do them is because I've actually put certain things like my goals, my manifesto, my affirmations into my Google Calendar. And so about 5 times a day, I get reminders now of certain different things that I read to myself. And I also repeat certain things in my head all the time, like mantras and affirmations. But I think that's really, really helpful, because you can so easily, I just go into Google Calendar, put whatever I want to repeat to myself every day, and I copy and paste it, and maybe 3 times a day, certain things, something else, you know, maybe my goals 3 times a day, and I just put it as a daily reminder for every day. And so I just have it pop up on my phone, and that way you have no excuse not to read it, because we all get busy. And it's really helpful too, because, you know, if you have a moment where you're stressed or whatever, and you have the reminder coming up, it's just because often when you're in that lower vibration, it's hard to get back up higher. But it's just an awesome reminder just to have the reminders there, and it's automatic, and it will change your life, because your thoughts, you know, manifest. And it's a really, really easy way to say, to lift your vibration and to trick yourself. That's how I trick myself, you know. Just want to add that, because I think it's really powerful, because I didn't do that. I didn't do that till about a year or 2 years ago, and now I do it more and more and more. And whenever I have a moment, I actually write it all out too, because I think it's really powerful to write the words down, or even type it into your notepad. Yeah, very, very powerful. Your thoughts become things. So.
Absolutely, I'm loving it. So glad you shared that, because that's a wonderful thing. Rita's always going. She's like, here's a good one, you know.
Because it is. I think I just do that. That's one of the most important things to really. And when you do your goals and stuff, or even when some people do prayers. Don't ask. Always, instead of asking for something, thank the universe, thank the higher power, thank that you already have it. That's like affirming that you already have it, because that's fact, you know, instead of asking for it, because that's lack of. So there are certain things, lots of things that you can do, but it's powerful, very powerful. So, and you know, I just, and also one more thing, sorry, notice the things, because that's what happens too. I ask for signs that I'm on the right track, and that I'm on my mission. And like before I had the 11:11, I'm like, yes, another thing, you know, and I get high on that, because the more you ask for those things, like I don't believe there's coincidences. There's only God incidences, not coincidences. And I feel like there's little signs from the universe that are on track, and if you don't look for them, you won't see them. So notice the things. And the more you focus, like Val was saying, the more those things will happen. And it will just like, yeah. And I talk to Samantha all the time. I'm like, oh, this happened, and this happened. And it's like, I get high on it. Like, I live for the thing. Because it's just, to me, proof that this stuff works, you know? So, it's pretty awesome.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. I'm so excited to do this today, and I see all your ladies again next week.
Yeah, we'll see you all next week. And you want to connect up with us, you know, click the link below, whatever page, whoever invited you to this, you know, click on that. When you click on that link below, you'll be connected into our community, but also connected into whoever also invited you here with us and connect with us. And yeah, so excited for you. We'll see you all next week, and stay in tune. And mwah! Love you all.
Bye.